Because I worked on a lot of different jobs because my uncle was a Teamster business agent.
Oh.
And I was a Uke driver. And
You were a what driver?
a Uke, a great big earth moving truck.
Oh, okay, okay.
And I got to work on a lot of jobs. Of course, it kept the relatives working.
I'm just going to peek over your shoulder because I want to see too.
The first job that was done from Ogdensburg's up here. And this is heading down where Julie, there's Julie's, that road right there.
Right there?
Madeline Drive goes right there.
Okay.
So that's give you.
Remember, I showed you Madeline Drive on the way in? Yeah. I said, that's the name of the girl we're going to see? Yeah. It's her house.
That's my house.
They named that after
And
they
really?
both
Bob
had a
is an
kid.
Irishman.
Oh, really?
Breen.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. And this is the first job that see, all of this up in here was already deep water. This map is 1953,
Okay.
the year before the Seaway started.
The year I was born.
And this was, and this was already deep water up in here. This corridor goes all the way to Morristown, as you can see on these. This is the new map, and there's the old channel that they used.
Oh.
Goes right over. I fished over in here, and this runs right up close to on the Canadian side.
The Gallup Canal, yeah.
Down by
Cardinal.
and back, and then down through, and there's the lock down there. See, this is where they did Iroquois Dam, but I'll show you all that.
Okay.
But now you just there's a Iroquois Dam is only a control dam. They only use it in the spring when there's
Okay.
high water. And there's a canal on that side of it that the ships take, go down in. But I'll just show you how much all this has changed. The first job that there was a job up in here called it. They must have just took one of these points off or something. That's where Chris lives, MK number 1
Oh,
job.
okay, yeah.
That was all filled area where all the new houses are. And then MK number 2 job was the Lisbon Beach, where Lisbon Beach is now.
Okay.
That was a big dirt moving job. Now here's the difference between...
Did you work on both of those, Dan?
No, I didn't work on either one of them.
Okay.
But I knew them. I knew of them good. Now here is, let's see, where am I?
Now this is a present day map.
This is,
Okay.
this end right here. That little bit you see right there
Yeah.
is that little bit right there. Now you can, the only island of all these that's left is Chimney.
And that's where there's a ruin or something there, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's one old chimney on it.
Yeah. Is that...
There was a fort there, Fort La Vie. It's-
Well, I saw this thing on the internet that said that, I don't know whether they made it up, but it showed that there was stuff under the ground.
there is.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, they took the dirt from, this is half the size now.
That it
See,
was.
there it
Yes.
is now. See that right there?
That's Chimney Island there. Okay.
See the way it was shaped there? Well, they
Yeah.
cut all that side off.
Okay.
And that deep water there, where you can see, I fished. You can fish that, and you can go so close to it in the boat you can almost reach out and touch the island.
Really?
Because it goes just like that,
It's sheer.
where they cut the side of it off.
Oh, my God.
See, a lot of the Seaway wasn't only deepening the channel. A lot of it was diverting water out of the channel, so there wasn't so much current for the ships coming up.
Oh, I see. Okay.
See, all of this side here
Okay.
that you see now, see, that wasn't there on this old map. They're Drummond. Those are still there, those islands.
Okay.
See, all these other islands, most of them are all,
gone.
see all of this? They cut all that right off, right there.
Oh, my God.
Because there's Galoo Island
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
Big Island. That's the channel now. That's another, you go down through there, and it goes right from nothing to 30-something feet. They only got 28 here. But most of that out in there is 32 to 36 feet. I fish it a
Indeed.
lot.
Okay.
And, but that's what they did. These islands,
Are all
they're
gone.
gone.
Okay.
Those two were left.
And they just dumped the dirt, right?
Oh, yeah, well, that dirt went to fill in. Because this is all one now. All that right there is all one
Well,
island.
did they flood this far up?
Pardon me?
Did they flood this far up?
It didn't flood as far as I know.
Oh, that's another thing I'll show you that they thought was.
They thought it was going to flood because I remember my father-in-law saying that
They moved all them camps next
all
door.
of the camp where we
all
live, everything was moved
moved
back.
back. I'll
Oh,
show
really?
you. I'll show
Yes.
you. You can see the camps right out on here.
Can I take pictures of them? Of your maps?
What's that?
Can I take pictures of your maps?
Sure.
So they moved all the camps back.
All the camps were back,
In
and
certain places they did.
the New York Power Authority would not allow any building on that land for about 50 years. And you still, yeah.
They said that they moved camps back. We camped down there, and right next to it, they had to move 15 camps way back. They said it was going to flood. It's never, ever flooded. Never, ever.
But they were afraid that it was going to.
Yeah.
And they put markers in to show you where
this
that.
was just an educated guess. a
They
lot
put
of it.
markers in to show you where they thought it was going to
Yeah,
flood?
yeah, where they owned. They just took the
Yeah,
land.
see, as you go down here, then you get the Iroquois Dam down in here,
Right.
and the canal around it.
So basically, Dad, what you're saying is like where I live, where the rapids are gone now, that was basically like a relief for the water.
That was natural then, but that's what it is now.
Because we don't have ships that go up our.
now.
No,
now,
past you,
no.
That's what it is now. It's yeah.
It's relief.
they-
It's
they
taking the
divert
water
Yeah,
water
yeah.
past. That's why you have so much going by you now. The way it comes off of the point. you know.
Right, right. That's interesting. I guess I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that's why a lot of these jobs were done, was just to take water away from the channel, current away from the channel.
Yeah. So is this part of the river here, is this still, are we further up from the power pool, or is it still considered part of the power pool
Yeah,
for the
well,
dam?
The power pool, well,
The reservoir.
this all had to be, for the powerhouse?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, we're way up above the
you're
power.
up above that, okay.
Yeah, I can show you the powerhouse on here probably. This map only goes to, what's this down in here?
Iroquois,
Okay, there's Iroquois there.
Iroquois and Point Rockaway,
And there's Leishman's Point, so this only goes to Waddington.
okay.
There's Ogden Island, that's a great big island. See, Leishman's Point got cut right off.
Was Ogden Island where they had that big mansion?
Yep.
Okay,
Crapsers.
it was part of the
There was a-
Underground
I
Railroad.
worked on that.
Did ya?
That job. And right in front of Waddington right now, there's probably 60 feet of water in there.
Yeah,
Well, what they did was they diked it off from this end of Ogden Island over here, and from the other end, they diked it off, and they pumped all that water out, and they dug all that out, and the rock, they blasted it all, and they deepened it. Because the channel, just a little narrow channel on that side of the island, and they diverted the water from all of that. This was all cut off, these banks. Leishman Point was taken right off.
by dredging or by flooding?
No, they
dredged
took
it.
it off with the drag lines
Okay.
and everything.
And this is where the Iroquois Point and Point Rockaway, that's where the dam is right now, eh?
Yeah, but that's all changed.
That's all
too.
changed too.
Let's see. That's what I say. I don't think it isn't showing St. Lawrence Seaway, Iroquois. Oh, there. Okay, there's the dam right there now. You see it? I worked on that job too for a long time.
On the Iroquois Dam?
Yeah, and that was they had that all diked off, and what they did was they dug down on the upstream side of it real deep to hold a lot of water,
Okay,
because they control that in the spring
okay.
for the sake of the powerhouse
Of the
down
powerhouse.
below.
Right.
You know. There's the old locks. That's where the ships have to go through. Because if this dam is all it is they got gantry cranes on there that lift the
Yeah,
gates.
yeah, I've been there.
And
Because when you're standing here looking at the lock, you're way up. You're way up on a point looking down.
Oh, yeah.
and this water, this is there's a lot deeper spots in the show. Well, there's 68 feet. I fished that a lot too. But Well, there's Leishman's Point
So that's what's
now.
left of it.
Yeah, and there's a backwater comes in there like that.
Wow, I guess they really did
No,
dig
that-
that out.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, 'cause when you
Wow, look at the
it here,
difference.
yeah.
Where's Leishman's Point? We found it before.
Leishman's is right there,
So you
Wow.
compare that,
yeah.
and
They
that's
really-
all that's left of it.
Yeah,
They
see, they diked that right across to there.
Okay.
There was a dike there and a dike on the other end, and when they did that, you could walk across from Waddington to Crapser's Island. You could have walked across there. The water was only that deep.
Wow.
And now there's 50, 60 foot in there.
Wow.
They dug it all out. They blasted it. We worked down there forever.
I didn't realize that was that shallow to start
yeah.
with.
Well, there's another thing I'm trying to mention that. Down the Stoners. What's the name of that now? There's a restaurant
It's really good. The smokehouse.
the
The old
smokehouse.
smokehouse.
on
On the way to Waddington.
the way to Waddington. You'll see it. He has a smoker out front and everything. Inside of there's a lot of pictures on the walls of the Seaway. And there's pictures of Waddington with a bulldozer right in the water pushing rock. I was saying that was only that deep. Dale Putney gave them those. I worked with Dale on the Waddington.
Is the smokehouse in Waddington?
Just
No,
outside.
Just outside, before, like, west of
It's about 2 miles down from where you can see Iroquois Dam.
Okay,
About a mile or two.
You passed it on your way
right
here.
on the left.
probably, yeah.
And they got a lot of pictures on the walls in there of the Seaway.
Oh, we'll have to go.
And,
Food's good
yeah,
too.
in Waddington and the pictures of the drag lines and everything they used. And that's another thing. They had the biggest drag line in the world on this job. It's called
Really?
the Gentleman, and I got
The
a
Gentleman.
chance to work taking it down the river.
Oh, wow.
The gentleman.
Yeah, it was called the Gentleman, yeah.
I lucked out a lot on that because,
And you took it down the river?
well, I worked in the crew that took it down. It was barged here from Kentucky, if you can believe that. And they took it down through the river, and the river captain that they hired was a neighbor of ours. And
Who was that?
Billy Golden.
Oh.
And he come looking for Ed one day, and I had just got home from school, college. And
Ed, your brother?
yeah, because
Okay.
Ed experienced sailing.
Yep.
And he needed a crew, and she said, well, Ed was working down on Barnard Island. She said, Bobby just got home. So he said, tell him. So I went down and I got a job taking that. This drag line weighed 650 tons.
Oh my God.
I've seen pictures.
It was a walking.
Wow.
It was huge.
It was a walking mannequin.
Yeah.
They walk. They don't run on tracks. They walk. They got big feet, and they're on a cam. That's how they move them. Well, they took that down, and they used that to cut through the island.
Yeah.
Do all the heavy work.
Wow.
The bucket held 50 cubic yards of dirt.
Oh, my God.
It would load a uke in one scoop.
Oh, my God. Well, it was the largest construction, as I understand it, the largest construction project in the world at that time.
It was,
Yeah.
because the companies
There's
that
nothing bigger
did
than
it were the biggest companies in the country, and they went on joint ventures in it. They didn't take a job alone. Like
Okay.
the Iroquois Dam was Peter Kiewit, Johnson & Johnson. Another job had like 4 different contractors, Morrison, Knudsen, Kiewit. They were the big companies in the world.
Okay,
And they kind of got some extra money for doing them because they couldn't bid the jobs they didn't know. They just give them a not to exceed price. And they made a lot of money on it. So much a yard is what they charged them. Well, and then